Welcome to the bold analysis. Contradictory statements from government spokesperson Isaac Mwaura about the custody of public seal is destroying reputation of a trusted mouthpiece who is actually the state communicator. And while I have seen State House point men descending on Isaac Mwaura to resign, I think far from it, it's exposing deep-seated rot in Kenya Kwanza, with people saying, is it really a contradiction, confusion, or just absence of the truth? I've seen some bloggers from State House branding Isaac Mwaura Wamunyoro proxy. But what is the truth behind all this? And in this podcast, I will show you why Mwaura's days in State House are numbered. There is every indication to get worried about, for Mwaura to get worried. But before we get into that, I want to humbly request you to subscribe to our channel. And thank you very much for supporting this podcast. Subscription is absolutely free. But the advantage is when you subscribe to a channel, when we publish a video, you'll be getting notifications. And of course, you'll not miss our videos. And as I always say, we have a wider perspective and a different and very interesting approach to what political analysis is, especially in this day and era of fake news. So here, you can come here to fact check. And that is why in this podcast, I'm going to fact check you so that you'll know the truth, what exactly the state is not telling you. These are the two versions of the same story. A journalist asked the government spokesperson on Monday. He normally holds weekly briefings and was told about public sale. And within a span of 1 week, on Monday, he said something else. Today, he's saying a different story. Where is the truth?
When you look at the law is very clear. The seal is under the head of public service. That is the law. It was passed recently because of the executioning. The role of the head of public service is to execute the orders of the president. That is why even my office is under the executive office of the president, chief of staff and the head of public service. Next question.
So, Dr. that is to say the AG doesn't hold the government seal
The
anymore.
new law is that the head of public service is the one who has the public seal.
But was it communicated to Kenyans? Are the citizens aware that the government seal left the AG's office to head of public service?
Ronnie Reagan, that is a process that went through Parliament. The law was passed. There was public participation.
When was that?
Sometimes last year. So let us maintain that way. You can confirm with the Hansard. You can confirm with the proceedings. There was public participation. And there's nothing wrong with that, for your information.
So what happens to AG?
So therefore, the AG remains with his powers as the principal legal advisor of the president. But the seal of the president, of the government, is within the executive office of the president. The public seal is actually under the custody of the Attorney General as per Article 9 of the Constitution. And if we look at the Office of the Attorney General Act, Clause 2 on definition of terms, it clearly states exactly that. And so therefore, this needs to go on record that the public seal is not with the head of public service. It is with the Attorney General. And that is misinformation, disinformation that came as a result of a process in Parliament. Then, of course, it was deleted. It was a proposal. It never went through. And we want to tell media houses to verify their facts before they publish that, because I think that is what created the momentum. So, as a government spokesman, we withdraw and clarify that one so that then we get the position right.
I asked someone about what is your thought about, by the way, even before we delve deep, can you take a minute and go to the comment section? Tell me, What is your thought about this? Is it a confusion? Is it that Isaac Mwaura doesn't know where the public seal is, or there is absence of the truth? What do you think? Because if you look at the document is alluded to, I want us to go and fact check. So what is it? And in fact, let me tell you, I was something that I've been so curious about is this. This issue of public seal happened last year. It started way back in 2023. And I'm going to show you that. Mpaka ikaisha by 2024. So it just came into limelight now. And everyone around government seemed to be in panic. Now, there was a bill that was sponsored by majority leader. And if you read this article, Justin Muturi Egi sidelined as proposal to clip his powers is sponsored by Chungwa. This article was published on 8th December 2023. 2023. Remember, we are in 2025. So what happened? I want you to look at that. What was inside that bill? That bill is what is called the National Government Administration Laws Amendment Bill 2023. And I just want to read exact so that you get to understand it. The bill, championed by Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah, has stirred controversy with proposed modifications of power dynamics between President and the Attorney General. The bill aims to reinstate the role of Chief Administrative Secretaries and shift the responsibility for the custody of the public seal and other state instruments from Attorney General's office to Felix Kosgei, the head of public service. Now, High Court then squashed this position of Chief Administrative Secretary. This is the CAS. But the others remained. And it was not just the public seal. If you read this article, it is public seal and other state instruments. That office of AG was actually disarmed of those. The proposed shift has prompted apprehensions about potential diminishment of the Attorney General's office and the concentration of authority within the president's sphere. Detractors contend that relocating the custody of the public seal, a pivotal tool in formal document execution, I want you to get that part, diminishes. This tool is important for formal document execution. It diminishes the Attorney General's capacity to uphold the rule of law, safeguard public interest. Furthermore, concern arises as the head of public service is under the president's discretion, prompting queries about the independence of the office and its efficacy as the head, as the check on powers of the executive branch. Let me explain something there. Critics argued that head of public service is President William Ruto's personal appointee, appointed by the president. And this means that the independence, of course, compared to AG is a bit independent because he's an ex-official member of the cabinet. But the head of public service is strictly working under president's discretion. And that is why it was really, brought an issue. And even Moses Wetangula, by the way, if you want to know this is something that was contentious, Moses Wetangula on Ruto bill, proposals raise constitutional crisis. He also raised an alarm about that bill. So what happened? I want to confirm to you that contrary to what Isaac Mwaura is saying, that some parts of that bill were edited, that is not it. This is the bill which was signed. You can go find it yourself, but I have it here for you. Gazette, Kenya Gazette Supplement, National Assembly Bills 2023, November 4th, 2023. And I just want to take you to where the part where the public seal is, so that we really fact check and find out whether we confirm that what Nani is telling us, what Mwaura is telling us is not the true position. Now look at this. Yes, I think I've gotten it. Yes. The head of public service shall support the president in facilitating the organization and execution of government business. The president shall appoint head of public service, and these are the roles. The head of public service shall be the chief of staff of the president, be the administrative head of the executive office of the president, be that part I have circled, be the custodian of the public seal and any other instruments of state that are not in custody of any other person. So, the lie that Mwaura is saying that that part was deleted is not true. That part was not deleted. It is there. And the statements he made on Monday was the true position. Whatever he is doing now is just ukarabati. And there is a lot of ukarabati, by the way. I've seen another soundbite of Sudi admitting they have to do a lot of ukarabati to survive in power.
And ndio unaona sisi tuko careful. Nilikuwa naambia huyu mnyana tuko careful sana tuishindwe kwa sababu hao watu wakitushinda kwa mtu kama mimi watanifunga permanent. Watanifunga permanent. Kwa ndio unaona tunakaa macho kabisa ili zote ziko juu na ukarabati yote iko chini. Kwa sababu hao watu wakipita tu namna hii mimi kwanza na huyu Arabu Kishara huyu mnyana huyu tutafungwa permanent. So lazima tujipe. Ndio unaona sisi tuko careful. Nilikuwa naambia huyu mnyana tuko careful sana tuishindwe kwa sababu hao watu wakitushinda kwa mtu kama mimi watanifunga permanent. Watanifunga permanent. Kwa ndio unaona tunakaa macho kabisa ili zote ziko juu na ukarabati yote iko chini. Kwa sababu hao watu wakipita tu namna hii mimi kwanza na huyu Arabu Kishara huyu mnyana huyu tutafungwa permanent. So lazima tujipe.
Sasa sisi hawa watu watatumaliza tukitoka. And that should be a side note. But then that is the kind of conversations going on in social media. So someone might have pressured Mwaura because he was talking from informed point of view. But someone pressured him to recant the information or rather the statement he made on Monday. And there is some Therese State House bloggers since he made that blunder have descended on him, asking him to leave the house on top of the hill. Look at this tweet. Some Therese is a State House blogger based in State House. Mr. Government, the way he's addressing him, Mr. Government spokesman Mwaura Isaac, are you briefing the nation or just vibing with confusion? On 19th May, you said one thing. Today, 22nd, you flipped the script like we wouldn't notice. Are you speaking for the government or freelancing for Wamunyoro? You are not supposed to be Kenya Kwanza's plot twist. You are supposed to clarify, not confuse. Right now, you are giving more contradiction than a telenovela. Please stick to one version of the truth or at least rehearse your lines. Yes, you see the script. Something normally say that when you raise a matter, you'll be profiled. They're told, wewe unataka kwenda Wamunyoro. Even the other video I've done, I've seen people saying, oh, that one wants to go to Wamunyoro. As if, you know, it's an escape narrative. Number two, that gentleman talking, yes, he is blaming Mwaura for confusion. But he's also not saying the true position. There is no confusion. There is just deception. It is just deception. It is just lying. The public seal is currently with the head of public service. Any other twist to it is just ukarabati, the way Sudi is saying. And if you want to know things are hot for Mwaura, during Mukuru Kwaroben affordable housing event, There is a 10-second clip of Dennis ITUMBI trying to remove Mwaura from the president's dais. And I want you to look at this. You'll actually agree with me that, you'll actually agree with me that it was not a very good scene. In fact, Wandai was just next there, Wandai and Pasaris, and they were wondering what exactly is going on. And someone will want to say it's on a light note, but you could see Mwaura was a bit agitated about how ITUMBI was pulling him. There is some push and pull, and it exposing one thing that we first said. Number one, I am one person. I think for those who started watching this podcast from last year or even before, I did say that appointing Mwaura in the communication docket, while it is, it is giving someone, because it's President Ruto's ally, a job, and it's something, but I think that is a place you need competency. Yes, you need competency. You just need to go for communication gurus, people who are not conflicted. Like Mwauras are just there. I don't think he got it right. Is it a communication problem? No. It is a political survival scheme, and someone doesn't want it to come that way. Contradiction is a routine in State House. And calling for Mwaura to resign because of this is just being dishonest. I heard the president saying, wale watu 1,080 alipatia nyumba Mukuru, 300 are Kambas.
Among the people I was giving keys in Mukuru, I think almost 300 of them come from Mukambani. Go and ask them. Mwende muwaulize. Watu ambao walikuwa wanaishi kwa matope. Ile maji ya sewage, wanaruka juu ya sewage wakienda kwa nyumba. Nyumba inafuja, haina stima, haina maji, haina choo, haina chochote. Today, they are living on a decent house, on 3rd floor, 10th floor, in the city of Nairobi. Sio msituni. Some things we take for granted. Unajua kwa manyumba ya hawa viongozi hawa wengi, iko choo karibu 3, 4 kwa nyumba moja. Kuna watu familia 10 wanashare choo moja. Pit latrine. Unasikia? Halafu unakuta kuna watu wanauliza maswali. Hawa watu mbona serikali ina Wewe unataka kufanya argument na watu wako, watu familia 10 wanashare pit latrine. You want to have an argument with them? Wewe Mungu amekujalia huko kwako na choo 5.
Why am I calling it? Huko kwa kupeana hizo manyumba, I don't think the tribe was even the issue. And out of 42 tribes, sometimes hata ukiongea utaki hata kuongea. Zingine hata you can just laugh. Now, Attorney General Dorcas Odour is undermined. This is it. And this contradiction is here because someone had to arrest it and want to give it some element of finality, because the more the discussion about public sale inakuja, and remember the current AG Dorcas Odour is a product of broad-based administration. The president is seeing this information going to the public. But again, having looked at it, moving the public seal from AG's office to president's office has one effect. Or, okay, there is one thing it achieves. Dominant factor it achieved is concentrating powers of the executive under the office of the presidency and leaving out the Attorney General's office, the state litigants. State litigants have been on the radar, on the receiving end, because of stream of cases, pile of cases that government is losing. Now, is it a coincidence? It was in, I want to believe it was in Kenya Kwanza's head of government interest for them to have the public sale. And let me tell you why they wanted head of public service to have it. Number one is this design of deals crafted above board. Deals crafted above board. Things happen. Sugar leasing, the leasing of the 4 sugar companies from the Western Belt, it has caused outcry. There have been a lot of outcry about it. And what leaders from those areas are saying is they have not been consulted. The only person who has been consulted is the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. That is the only man that has been consulted. Apart from him, the president has not consulted anyone. The Tana River land that has been put as gazetted as a protected area. I just did that video. Above board. Ngong Forest, above board. There was tree lodging in Karura Forest, above board. And so many things are done above board. Number 2, I think Kenya Kwanza wanted to achieve a high level of secrecy when actually handing foreign deals. And here allow me to reference the statement from Muturi. He once said that he was at an airport in Dubai and government officials came with some documents so that he can just sign. Yes, and probably that was the Adani deal or so, Adani gaze or so. So this is also one of the factors that probably why power is concentrated there. Now, the other issue is ensure all MDAs, documents, deals, and any other project within MDAs. MDAs is departments, ministries, departments, and agencies. Yes, within government, there are ministries, departments, and agencies. So these MDAs all must be under the radar. And by the way, it's normally that way. There is no contract, there is no tender in any ministry that wakubwa hawajui. There's nothing you can negotiate at ministry level yenye wakubwa hawatajua, because we'll go for the public sale. They're the ones that are going to ratify it. But if you can negotiate away and go to Attorney General, so the ministries lacks the independence to that end, even though that has been seen in many instances. Because even, do you know that appointments of state corporations, parastatals, while the media reports that Minister XYZ has made appointments here and there, if you talk to insiders, they don't. They don't. It is done from the highest office one. Now, the other issue is, could there be someone felt insecure that when these documents are with someone else, maybe I can face a coup or someone can turn tables around against me? So that is my take on this. I want to believe my position here is it is dishonest to say we want to sack Mwaura, should go, and Mwaura to be humiliated on that ground, while we know that with that law amendment that was done, the public sale remained. Actually, it was changed. It was handed over to the head of public service. If there is a contrary statement, then the only person who would have given that contrary statement are 2 people, the Office of Attorney General, or the head of public service. They can call press and explain. On this one, the same person speaking from both sides of the mouth just thinks a high-profile deception just for a political twist. Thank you.